Well, Neca here with another figure review. Today we have got, I do apologise, I'm not going to do the preview voice. Unfortunately, my throat is starting to go and I really probably shouldn't be recording this review, but I just got this and I wanted to get it out because I need my voice for my new job, so I do apologise. Today we have got the Neca Diablo 3 Diablo Shadow of Diablo. Now, when I did my review for the Lord of Terror Diablo, that I just pricked myself on his spikes, her spikes, I said to you guys there was a blue variant, and after doing a review for this one, I was like, I have to get this figure. It just looks amazing, and it really, really does look amazing. So let's have a closer look at this figure. I really hope my voice holds out. Okay, so on the front of the package, you can see I have an open window here with a picture of the figure inside with his lovely blueness. Down here we see you got Diablo with 3 lines for Diablo 3. Shadow of Diablo, featuring over 25 points of articulation with a warning, ages up to 17 and up. Open window on the side here, same on the other side, on the top, and then on the bottom you have Neca, Player Select, Blizzard Games, and the sculptors who create this figure, who did an amazing job. On the back of the figure, you have a really nice artwork. If I go all the way back, you can see there we have Diablo at the top. A really cool picture of the actual character. Now, I'm pretty sure, I don't have it anymore, unfortunately, I've thrown it away, but I'm pretty sure the artwork is the same as the red one, orange one, but with a blue tint. And I couldn't even remember if the bar, I'll have to go back to my video and check that. But anyway, feel free to pause that. I'll bring it closer so you can see. Feel free to read that. Right, let's crack into this thing. Boom, baby. Again, just absolutely blown away with this one. I think I even like this one better. Excuse me. Better than the orange one. I think because I prefer blue over orange. I think that's the only reason why. But they've just done such an amazing job, and these colours they've chosen just really pop. We'll have a close look at that in a second. So I just want to show you the backdrop, which you can't actually see when the figure's in the packaging. Again, it's just like a grubby map, but has a lot more of a blue tone to it this time. Really, really nice. And as you can see from the other side, that's just what was on the back of the packaging. So it's a nice inclusion. I kind of wish there was maybe like some map directions or something, because it does look like it should be. But very, very nice inclusion. Now, I mentioned in my box opening video that I got this from the eBay for £22.95, I think, off the top of my head. I got it from the eBay seller Nikki UK84. That's NIKKI UK84. I will leave a link in the description below. She told me that they've also got a store coming out. There's a website. I'll also leave a link in the description below for that. It is Action Figures Masters. So check them out. They've got a lot of great stuff, some very reasonable prices, and I'm very happy with their customer services level. As I said in my 2 box opening videos, when I got this one and I did the review, unfortunately it came with 2 left arms. I spoke to Nikki and she was absolutely amazing, really helped me out on that and sent me out a replacement arm, and I'm super satisfied with that. So I now have a perfect Diablo 3 Diablo Lord of Terror. Absolutely awesome. Anyway, let's get into this one. Let's have a closer look at this one's details. So having a closer look at that head sculpt, you can see they've really applied a lovely light blue with a kind of I don't know, like a really midnight blue highlight going throughout all these ridges and that. And I really love their use of colour here. It really pops. And then inside the mouth you can see there's a even whiter, lighter blue to highlight that. So it's basically they've replaced the yellow with the lighter blue, the orange with this light blue, and then the reds with this dark blue. It just looks really amazing, and everything just looks and pops so well. Going up, you can see from the horns on their back that all the shading and the sculpt is absolutely phenomenal. Really, really does look absolutely epic. Coming down, you can see on the chest here in these mouthpieces, just really well sculpted. Some truly amazing detail in there. In the torso, on the chest plates, just bone kind of thing. All these spikes and things coming out. Just everything's just sculpted so amazingly on this figure. Really highlights the muscle definition on this one compared to the other one. I'm not quite sure why. I think it's the way the paint kind of reflects it, because they are identically sculpted. They're exactly the same sculpt all the way down. And then their feet, do you know what? I didn't even notice that on the naked eye. I thought these were solid black, but now I look a bit closer, yeah, you can see there is the blues in there, which definitely comes up on the camera a lot better. And then of course the one accessory it comes with is just the solid clear base with the one peg hole. Taking a look at the back, and you can see this tail is just absolutely massive with this humongous spike on the end of it. And again, you've got this lovely blues going in throughout it, and you can see all that lovely texture. And it's not just a solid blue, there is a shading there of the dark blue and the lighter blue to really make it pop. And all these spikes are a soft rubber, so you're not going to hurt yourself on them ones. Coming up onto the lower of the back, you can see even more sculpt there onto the spine, and then the back spikes. These bone kind of armor plane and spikes on the thighs, on the claws, on the back arms. Really, really amazingly sculpted. I just can't get over these things. They're just so well done. If you have not picked one of these up yet, and you see my review of the orange one, you need to get one of these. Really cannot recommend these enough. Even if you're not a fan of the game, they're just absolutely awesome creatures to have. Okay, so let's talk about gripes. I only really have two gripes with this figure. The first gripe is the articulation in the arms. Well, let's say three gripes, actually, come to think about it. The articulation in the arms, I think they're a weird angle, and I'll talk about that a bit more when I go over the articulation. Now, the other gripe I have is unfortunately with the paint schemes. If you look on the forearms, on both the little ones and the big ones, the blue looks a bit slopped on there. The thighs is not so bad, but on here, I think it could have been a bit neater. But it's not enough to really ruin it for me. And if I zoom in to show you that, you can see, like just here, it looks a bit slopped on, and this one looks a bit thick. I kind of preferred it to be a bit more highlighted, or a bit more of a dry brush, like this arm. This arm looks to be a bit better. Apart from that, that's like my only real gripe. And the third one I mentioned is, of course, that it comes with wide angled hips, and you guys know I'm not a fan of them. Apart from that, this figure is amazing, and it's just totally worth every single penny. It's crazy to think that you go to get something like this from Hasbro, and it will cost you anywhere between £15 to £25, more so depending on the ones that have been released. Yet you get something like this for less money. You get better sculpt, which is only going to be used twice for the red and the variants. That's it. You get very well painted, massive paint apps on it, amazing sculpt, great height, great articulation. You just get so much more value with your money with Neca. They really are going to town, and I'm praising them so much right now because they're blowing me away. Hasbro, I am still a fan of Hasbro, and I do still like Marvel Legends. They are still my favourite figures because I like their sturdiness, their articulation, and I like how flexible they are to be customized. But I feel their price is too much. Paint app wise on this, you have paint on the cuffs, you have paint on the torso, paint on the star, paint on the head. That is it. This thing is covered head to toe in paint. So, you know, that it's a nitpick. I mean, unfortunately, us as collectors, we kind of have to cave to their requirements if we want these figures that they release, and it's frustrating. Which is why I'm so happy that Neca release figures at their value, not extortionate costs. Okay, so let's talk about size comparison. That light is hot. Diablo stands to the top of his head, her head, at about 8 inches. To the top of her spikes, we're looking at around 11.5 inches. Now, I'm not going to bring a load of size comparisons because I did this with my other ones. So if you'd like to see size comparisons, check out the video for this guy. Okay, articulation. Now, for articulation, exactly same as the orange one. The head is on a ball peg, and it can go up that much, down that much, and you can pivot from left to right quite a considerable amount, and then of course you can rotate it around 360 degrees. The jaw is on a hinge and can open really far. The shoulders are on individual ball discs, so this one is angled out that way and can go up that far, and then can go down that far. Then there's no bicep rotation or elbow rotation, but we do have a bend in the elbow of that much, going out that way on this one, and this one it comes forward, so you can see the difference there. You then have a rotation below the elbow of 360 degrees, then a hinge on the actual wrist about 90 degrees. You can go up a bit more, but this kind of spike gets in the way, and then there is a rotation at the actual wrist as well, 360 degrees. Now these are on double ball joints and they do pop off quite easy, he says. There you go. As you can see, there's a hole. I don't know how well that's coming up on camera. Let's see if I can shine the light a bit clearer. There's a hole just there. There is a double ball peg here. So there's a ball peg going into the actual shoulder pad and then a ball peg going into the shoulder. As you see, they pop straight back on. If you turn around to the back, these things are on hinges and they can go down like that much, well, they can go around 360 degrees if you can work with the other spikes, and they also come out about that far, but there's a great range there. And they're softer rubber. I don't think there's a wire in them, as this one seems to be a bit warped. And then also you have these smaller arms that plug into the back. Now they are on ball pegs at the shoulder, which just peg straight into the actual back, but you can rotate them around from like up to there, bring them down to about there. There's a little bit of rock in it, and then they've got a single bend in the elbow and a rotation at the lower of the elbow, nothing in the wrist. So I'll show you on that side. You can bring them down, up, and a little bit of a rotation. Then have a diaphragm joint, pretty decent one. You can go back like that far, forward that far, side to side, and then full 360 degrees rotate round. Now, one thing to note, my one was actually stuck and it took quite a bit of force to actually unstick it, but after that it was fine. Okay, gripe time. Wide angled hips. Not a massive fan of these, and for some reason this one seems to be out a bit further than the other one. Not sure why, but you can still do a Spartan of about that, but only a split of about that, which is okay with me. These aren't exactly high kicking characters or anything like that, but you know, it's generally due to the sculpt of the armor plate and everything. It's why you can't really get them out that much. But they are a double ball peg, so there's a peg going into the crutch there and then a peg going into the upper thigh there. These spikes are a soft rubber, as you can see, so they work with it. Then you have a rotation at the knee here and a bend of that much, straight of that much, and like I said, there's a rotation there. Then we have the same thing here. There's a rotation here of 360 degrees, and you can bend from there to there, and then the same here, a rotation of 360 degrees, and you can bend from there to there. And then the last point of articulation, just close his jaw, he has a flexi rubber tail, which is absolutely massive, really well detailed, really well sculpted, and it has a great articulation right from the start, to be honest. But you can get that right round there. So all in all, massive amount of articulation. Okay guys, final thoughts. You know the routine by now. Would I recommend one of these figures? The better statement would be, I cannot recommend these figures enough. Neca, whatever you're doing it right. Keep it up. You guys are absolutely epic right now. So blown away with just the quality you guys are giving. This figure is phenomenal. You have great articulation, great size, scale even, amazing paint apps, amazing detail, and for a very reasonable price. If you're a fan of Diablo, the game, or just monsters, this is a must buy. Anyway guys, that is my review. What can I say about these things? Phenomenal. Just go now, stop this, pause, run to the shop, pick this up, or go to the link below, click on eBay and buy it. Phenomenal figures, worth every penny. Absolutely blown away. So as I said, anyway guys, that is my review. I hope you have, as per usual, really enjoyed this video. I have enjoyed making this. It's been great fun, to be honest. Just this is how these are going to be displayed on my shelf. Just look at that. Just sink it in. Just like, as per usual, guys, thanks for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave me a like down below. Please add the comments you'd like to add about my videos or my channel. And if you'd like to contact me, there will be a link in the description below to my Facebook, so please contact me via that. Please check out Neca UK 84, which is very lovely, very helpful, very friendly, great shop, reasonable priced, as I said earlier. Like I said, link in the description below, and also they've got a new website, which is Action Figure Master. Again, link below. Just look down there, okay? Look there, right? And you'll see it all. It's very helpful. Anyway, guys, like I said, thanks for watching, and I'll be catching you in my next one. Bye-bye.